Oh, I didn't get to change my skin.
Which one you going to? Antonio, what's this live from broadcast thing? Yeah, because I thought you was doing some track. And I thought Darius was going to get too.
My bad. Where you at? Turn on. No, guys, I can't do it. Straight up sweat skins, bro. I'm not doing it. Who do you think I am? I want to build fights, but I'm not gonna get my shit slunk. Cause I don't even got my guns. Dude, if you're on such a... Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay, guys. This guy's trash. He won't let me get my guns. Where he go? Clap. Okay, guys, that was a lucky ass shot. I used to be. Spam! Oh. Oh, shit. He on X Games mode. My nigga, you stole. Bing! Oh shit, hell. Oh, you so lucky I had to reload. God dang! I don't ask that, it's scary. reload. Imagine the blanks. $209 to the head. Come on now. Can get a tool. I'm gonna leave this. I'm practically streaming. Who's on? Who's on? Alright. I guess I was up with some spotlights. Yeah.
Stay tuned until the end to hear about the twisted lovers who ate ice cream right after committing their terrible crime. Before we get started, please make sure to like and subscribe. They became the youngest convicted murderer, 18 years old, when she first appeared in court for aggravated vehicular homicide. Yet that didn't stop her. Jessica Carline was just 17 years old when she first appeared in court for aggravated vehicular homicide. Yet that didn't stop her from being charged as an adult. Back in 2014, her car was rolling at an estimated 76 miles per hour when it crashed into a concrete sign. She was high on dust off at the time and had reportedly passed out right before the accident. Though she didn't mean to hurt them, her two friends passed away as a result of her carelessness. Alyssa Bustamante. When 15-year-old Alyssa Bustamante took the life of her 9-year-old neighbor back in 2009, she wrote in her diary that the experience was amazing. Alyssa had told her victim Elizabeth that she had a surprise for her in the woods, and that's exactly where Elizabeth's body was found just a few days later in a shallow grave. Alyssa had suffered from depression for years, and her attorneys argued that her antidepressants contributed to this violent incident. Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weier. Would you think we were joking if we told you that two 12-year-old girls blamed a fictional character for their attack on their best friend? When Morgan Geyser and Anissa Weier were caught red-handed, they said that Slender Man had forced them to sacrifice their friend Bella. After leaving Bella severely injured, the girls had attempted to go on a quest to find their beloved Slender Man. After this terrible ordeal, they were both sentenced to spend decades in a mental hospital. Eric Smith. Eric Smith was just 13 years old when he took the life of 4-year-old Derek Roby. The saddest part of his whole story is that the day he passed away was the first time. credited by the media as the first modern school shooter. Kim Edwards and Lucas Markham. Dubbed as Britain's youngest double murderers, Kim Edwards and her boyfriend, Lucas Markham, were 15 years old when they ended the lives of Kim's mom and sister. Kim admitted in court that their horrific plot started as a joke between them since they both held a grudge against the victims. However, that joke escalated out of control and ended up landing them a sentence of 40 years between them. This dangerous duo reportedly ate ice cream and tea cakes right after committing their crime, which makes them sound like complete sociopaths to us. That's all for the most dangerous kids in the world. Stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll see you next time.
I'm sorry I took your hat off, but it's honestly fine. Everybody has bad hair days. Look at mine. No shame, bro. I won't judge.
You just gonna sit here and talk, or are you gonna eat something?
Darn it. Looks like I can't escape forever. I wasn't expecting the organization. It looks mouth-wateringly good.
Today, we're covering some of the FBI's most wanted fugitives. These 10 most wanted people in the world are some of the most hunted criminals on the planet. They're all wanted for murder, along with a variety of other crimes. They're all on the run and will have to spend their entire lives looking over their shoulder until they're eventually brought in to answer for their crimes. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all our latest and most exciting content. Number 10. Robert William Fisher. Robert William Fisher is a U.S. citizen who was added to the FBI's most wanted list on June 29, 2002. He's the 475th criminal to be added to this list, and became a fugitive after he supposedly murdered his wife, Mary, and their 2 children, Robert Jr. and Brittany. Fisher didn't stop there, however, and tried to cover his tracks by blowing up their home in Scottsdale, Arizona. It seems that his marriage was on the rocks when he went on his murder spree, and the FBI believes his motive was that his wife was talking about divorcing him. It seems that she was worried about Fisher's temper, and rightfully so. Once he had dispatched his family one by one, he rigged a natural gas line to explode, hoping to erase the evidence of his brutal crimes. His issues potentially stemmed from the fact that his parents had a messy divorce when he was only 15, leaving him broken both mentally and emotionally. Once an active member in his Baptist church, he and his wife were undergoing marriage counseling, thanks to an affair he had had with a prostitute that left him with a urinary tract infection. According to neighbors, the two ended up getting into a vicious and heated argument 10 hours prior to their house being decimated by an explosion. When emergency responders arrived to put out the subsequent blaze, they also found that Mary was shot in the back of the head prior to the blast, and that Fisher had slit the throats of both of his children before rigging their furnace's gas line to explode and going on the run. Number 9. Alexis Flores. Alexis Flores was the 487th fugitive to be added to the FBI's most wanted list on June 2nd of 2007. He's currently a wanted man after he kidnapped, raped, and murdered 5-year-old Ariana De Jesus in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, back in 2002. A Honduran citizen who was homeless and living a drifting lifestyle in the U.S., Flores was deported to Honduras in 2005 due to his being charged in connection to a forgery ring in Arizona. Unfortunately, he was deported before his more troubling crimes came to light. 5 years after the event, DNA evidence effectively tied him to his crime. But at that point, he had already disappeared after going into hiding back in Honduras. With few leads to go on, it seems that Flores will remain on the FBI's most wanted list until he's finally apprehended and brought back to the U.S. to face justice. The chances of that happening seem to be slim these days, although the FBI is still actively searching for him and probably continue to do so until he's either found dead or eventually brought in alive. He can be easily identified thanks to a large surgical scar on his neck that Flores said he received after being injured when Hurricane Mitch hit Honduras back in 1998. Number 8. Jason Derek Brown. Jason Derek Brown has been on the FBI Most Wanted list since December 8th of 2007, when he became the prime suspect in a murder and robbery investigation. In November of 2004, it seems that he shot and killed an armored car guard outside of a movie theater in Phoenix, Arizona. He managed to grab $56,000 during the robbery and fled the scene with the cash stuffed in a duffel bag. Brown used a bicycle of all things to make his escape, and it's crazy that nobody was able to stop him or track him down after the fact. He currently has a $200,000 bounty on his head, and the FBI suspects that he fled the country not long after he became a wanted fugitive. They have narrowed down the list of countries that he potentially escaped to, and are sure that he fled to either France or Thailand. Number 7. Yasser Abdel Saeed. Yasser Abdel Saeed is wanted for the double murder of his daughters back in January 1st, 2008. He was officially added to the FBI's Most Wanted list on December 4th of 2014, and is the 504th person to make the list. Saeed was supposedly very controlling of his family and was upset that his daughters weren't adhering to traditional Islamic cultural practices. He got them to join in his cab by suggesting the trio go out to dinner, but shot them when they got inside. He eluded police and is now on the run. It seems that he also physically and sexually abused both of his daughters, proving that he's a pretty despicable guy. Some sources say that he may have fled to Egypt, but the FBI is sure that he's still driving a cab somewhere in New York City, but they haven't been able to track him down yet. Number 6. Bedreshkumar Chetanbhai Patel. Bedreshkumar Chetanbhai Patel is wanted for stabbing and killing his wife in plain sight in a donut shop in...
Ella tengo un chicken malati.
Maryland. On April 12, 2015, he was added to the FBI's Most Wanted.
Good. Now. What you doing?
List on April 28, 2017, making him the 514th addition to the list. He fled the scene and was last seen hopping
He's not using that bathroom.
Station in Newark, New Jersey. He could be anywhere at this point, having ties to Canada, India, and a number. We don't keep count. Or U.S. states. Number 5, Santiago Villalba Medeiros, added to the FBI's Most Wanted list as the 525th entry back on September 25th of 2017. Medeiros was a known member of the San Lacote Cerritos gang and is wanted for his part in the fatal shooting of a young woman and the attempted murder of his victim's brother. He also shot another man and killed him a few months later. Medeiros was a teenager at the time, but his crimes were vicious enough that the FBI took notice. They placed a $100,000 bounty on Medeiros' head and have been looking for him ever since. Number 4, Alejandro Castillo. Alejandro Castillo was added to the FBI's Most Wanted list on October 24th, 2017. thanks to his connection to the murder of 23-year-old Sandy Lynn Lee. Castillo and Sandy had previously dated after getting to know each other at a restaurant they both worked at in Charlotte, North Carolina. He currently has a $100,000 bounty on his head. Castillo and Sandy had broken up by the time of the murder, and Castillo began dating another co-worker not long after the two parted ways. Sandy had loaned Castillo money during their time together, and he called her up saying that he was ready to pay her back. Instead of doing so, however, he held her at gunpoint and forced her to withdraw all the money from her bank account. He then drove her to a secluded area and shot her in the head, proceeding to dump her body in a nearby ravine. Castillo then went on the run with his new girlfriend and Sandy's ex-coworker, Amia Feaster. Authorities believe that they fled to Mexico after he was picked up by a surveillance camera crossing the border. It's assumed that the two are still hiding somewhere in Mexico, although their exact whereabouts are unknown. Number 3, Rafael Caro Quintero. Added to the FBI's most wanted list on April 12th of 2018, Rafael Caro Quintero is
Hello?
the 18th person to find himself on the list and is still being hounded by the FBI. He was a former Mexican cartel leader, and his list of crimes is rather lengthy. The FBI is looking for him due to his connection to the kidnapping and murder of DEA agent Enrique Camarena and pilot Alfredo Zavala Avalon. He also killed a writer, John Clay Walker, and a dentistry student, Alberto Radalat. He was arrested in Mexico back in 1985 and served 28 years before being released in 2013. When he was released, the FBI almost immediately issued a new arrest warrant for Quintero, thanks to the U.S. federal government putting pressure on Mexican authorities to rearrest him. From that point forward, the cartel boss was forced to go into hiding, and not much has been heard of him since then. His whereabouts are currently unknown, with minimal information being offered to the FBI, despite a $20 million bounty being issued for his arrest. It's thought that he's still in Mexico, but he could technically be anywhere at this point. Number 2, Arnaldo
I'm going to the
Jimenez.
middle buildings, yeah.
Arnaldo Jimenez was added to the FBI's most wanted list on May 8th of 2019, after it was found that he had murdered his wife 7 years earlier. She was killed on May 12th, 2012, and was stabbed to death.
So are a bunch of other people.
She officially married Jimenez. She was found in the bathtub of their home in Burbank, Illinois. Arnaldo was nowhere to be found, prompting a massive manhunt and a $100,000 bounty to be placed on his head. His wife, Estrella Carrera, had 2 children from a previous marriage and a 2-year-old son.
Oh my god, her purple do not leave me.
He had been out with friends the night before, leaving a nightclub around 4 a.m. The two then supposedly got into a massive argument in the car on the way home. That's when Jimenez stabbed her repeatedly before driving home and dragging her body into the apartment. She was still wearing the same dress that she wore at their wedding when she was killed. Her family noticed that she was missing when she failed to pick her kids up from a family member's home. Police searched their apartment, noticing that Jimenez and his car had disappeared. The FBI is sure that Jimenez is hiding out in Durango, Mexico, but his exact whereabouts are unknown. Number 1, Eugene Palmer. Officially the 523rd person to be added to the FBI's most wanted list. Eugene Palmer has been a wanted target since being added on May 29th, 2019. The crime in question took place back in 2012 on September 4th. He's currently wanted for
yellow. Come in yellow.
daughter-in-law, Tammy. His bounty has
I
been
don't have an AR, I can't even focus now.
He was living in Stony Point at the time, with his son and daughter-in-law living next door. The couple had begun to drift apart and had started seeing other people when Palmer and Tammy got into an argument. She filed for a restraining order against his son, further adding to the charge. Also threatened to file a divorce. He killed Tammy after she dropped her kids off at their regular school bus stop. He hid in the woods and shot her with a shotgun from a distance, hitting her in the arm and chest. He fled the scene in a pickup truck after being spotted by witnesses.
amateur, has long held a morbid fascination with some of the most unsavory characters in history, from horrific serial killers to here's the 10 most dangerous prison inmates in the world. Don't forget to smash the like button, subscribe to number 10, Moonlight Man. Alright, for our first dangerous prison inmate, we've got to turn your attention toward this image that was recently sent in to our team when we were compiling our list. At first glance, it may appear to be one of the most terrifying prisoners imaginable. In fact, it has long appeared on the internet as a visual accompaniment alongside tales from prisons across the planet. Just take one look and you'll know exactly why he's behind bars. Impossibly tall, gaunt, like something straight out of a horror film. The truth is, though, that's exactly what he is. Straight out of 2017's Gerald's Game, a movie based on the novel of the same name by King. This character, the Moonlight Man, was played by the awesome Dutch actor. As well as playing one of the most terrifying prisoners in recent times, he's also played Lurch from the Addams Family and the Giant from Twin Peaks. While his time spent as a dangerous prisoner was purely fictional, visually speaking, he certainly lived up to his reputation. Number 9.
Stand like that. Stand.